Yo, yo, yo. Fix the screen for you. We in the building. Canaanites or Nagas with none other than D. Calico. Trying to fix the screen. There we go. Yeah, let me share the live. A couple of the homies on the way. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. You already know. About to get it in. Alright. For sure. You know I ain't gonna wait no longer. Yeah, I'm definitely touching on the Canaanites, or even more so the word can or Khan means serpent, for sure. So we see in this word can, Cain, Khan, yeah, we not necessarily knowing his connection to the word serpent, right? We see Cancun, like on the screen we see cannabis, you know, we see the Canaanites, we see Genghis Khan, we see this can and this Khan. Like I said, we just don't know the correlation. But just to start right here, this is the twisted serpent of wisdom. The Gnostics called Canubis, from the Egyptian Kneph, who was the father of Ptah. Another way of spelling Canubis is Canobis, the name of the Essenes. If y'all know anything about the Essene Gospel or the Essenes, right? And Canubis or Cannabis, he is the Cana, like how we spell Canaanites. He is the Cana, meaning serpent or conduit. He is the Cana bis or buzz, right? From heaven. Anna, aka heaven, right? Get this going. Right. I could have went a lot of ways with this. Hold on. Matter of fact, two things in the meanwhile. I'm still gonna touch on that can, because you see can even in American, right? But look at this word Morocco. What was Morocco originally called? Well, the word Morocco derives from the Berber, Americ, like I showed y'all, American in the Amazigh, in the Ethiopian language, right? The shortened version of Amoric, the original name Marrakesh itself arising from the Berber, Amur, in Akuk, meaning land of God or sacred lands, right? Pop this. I'm just going down the list, but I'm finna get with the can in a second. screen moving slow. Yeah, TikTok hating. Moment. Okay. Bam. I don't think nobody noticed this, of course, because I ain't get this from anywhere else in the world. Right? We know all about the Pokeballs. See Quetzalcoatl all the time, but we never notice in the headdress of Quetzalcoatl. Why my screen won't move? Okay, right there. In the headdress of Quetzalcoatl, what do you see? You see them Pokeballs, right? Like nobody's never pointed this out, of course, but I had a video over a year ago, right? This has always been in the headdress of Quetzalcoatl or Cococan, which is his Aztec form. But nobody never noticed it, that it was Pokeballs. This is where they get the Pokemon story. But I'm gonna move back, going back to these cons. I'm showing you how the can and the con, it means serpent, right? All right, right? Like look at the word Vatican. The word Vatican comes from Latin and is a contradiction, or a contraction, excuse me, of two words in the following way. Vatis, which is prophetic or diviner, right? Like divination. And can, meaning serpent or snake. These two words combined make the prophetic or made divine serpent. The Vatican is a place, so you may say that Vatican means the place of the prophetic and worship serpent. All right, the Vatican is a place, so you may say that Vatican means the place of the prophetic and worship serpent. Trying to translate divining serpent into everyday English, I would say it means a spiritual serpent that is worshipped as God. Right? The crest of the Vatican, the pagan Babylonian god Marduk. In the Vatican Museum, the crest of the Vatican is the oldest and central piece of their collection. Underneath, you can see a photo of this icon of the Vatican, right? Which is this right here. The crest of the Vatican. Zoom in for y'all. Which is a serpent dragon. And it's crazy how TikTok don't let you get no screenshots no more. But I'm gonna upload it on YouTube. YouTube still keep it realer, right? The crest of the serpent dragon. It said it represents the pagan god Marduk from Babylon. Roman emperor Heliogabalus. Almost like globalist or globus. Making me think about the heliocentric when I see his name. But Heliogabalus introduced it to Empire in the 3rd century, just before the Vatican had been formally established by the Emperor Constantinus, or Emperor Constantine of early 4th century, with the crest of Marduk. Clearly, the Vatican is of the priesthood of Marduk, right? Let me see. Knowing the meaning of the word Vatican, no one will be surprised that the crest of the Vatican is a serpent dragon, because that is exactly what the word Vatican says it means. And what our Bible says in Revelations 12:9, the dragon, the old serpent called devil or Satan. And one thing I want to add is that anytime a new religion comes around, like of course Christianity, anytime a new religion comes around, it makes the old God the new religion's devil. So the serpent would have been divine. In the beginning was the logos. Logos means serpent. Because we're talking about knowledge. That's why log, logoology, all of that means knowledge. Because it's connected with the word serpent, which of course means wisdom, knowledge, all of that. What's going on, peace gods? Yeah. What's this? Like Anakin, right? Ani is the short form of An. Ani, can, means beautiful serpent. So once again, it's showing you how the Khan of the can means serpent, right? Like I'm saying, the Canaanite means equals Nagas. People call themselves Nagas, but they won't say they're Canaanites. Well, we're going to fix that, right? But Ani is an alternate name for An. It is sometimes used as a male name in the Netherlands. Webster's Revised Unabridged Dictionary of 1913. Anakin, even with the K-I-N, and we always say we kinfolk, and we'll even say all kinfolk ain't whatever, but regardless, we know what we see. You know what I'm saying? It's really a connection with the Naga culture, with the serpent culture, right? With the old time religions, right? In the beginning, he was called Anakin Skywalker. In a later movie, the princess says to him, Ani, is that you? I have also noticed that the proper names of some snakes are also being changed, right? These quotes are from the Encyclopedia Americana, 1961 edition. Words are frequently changed an entirely arbitrary way, just for the sake of change, as is the case with taboo and can't, right? The purpose is to deform the word in any possible way and render it unrecognizable. Can't, right? Like we using this word out of context, don't we? We always say can't, oh I can't, and people always tell you don't say you can't do something, brother. And because what is a cant? A cantation. We're talking about casting. What cant, the secret language of a corporation or class of persons such as criminals, hobos, students, soldiers, railroaders, conspirators, and the like. The quote should have also included secret societies. Canopus, in Egyptian mythology, a water god, represented on vessels of a spherical shape, right? That is the shape of a serpent, right? Cannibalism, got a can, right? A customary, socially approved practice amongst certain barbarous people. What do you say? On all right, hold on. Among certain barbarous people of eating human flesh. The fact that the older, these comments my way, learned term anthropology derives from the classic Greek anthropos, meaning man, and phagein, meaning eat, which is what a serpent does, right? Suggests that from ancient times, barbarous people were known to eat human flesh, which is very, what's the specifics? It's very Python-like, you know? That's very boa constrictor of them. But yeah, let me get it. Boom. Right, here's a list of proper names of some snakes, right? Because if we know about apoptosis, that's why I say we are the reptilians, because we experience apoptosis. Just like snakes, of course. Like even in Egypt, the greatest and oldest snake is called a pep or apophis, where you get apoptosis, showing you that the shedding of the skin is very serpent-like, which obviously we do every 28 days. All right? Here's a list of proper names of some snakes. Apostolepis, nickname messenger snake. Acantophis, adders, right? And Cana, like we were just saying, the Canaanites, right? Suedopsis, right? Meaning a mole. Snake, the Cana meaning the snake. Candidus, bungaris. Candor, number 1, aspera. Number 2, bibroni. Number 3, carinata. And I guarantee the one that says the car is the black snake. Obviously, right? You'll notice how that word means black, even if you don't have the CH. You're noticing a lot of words, but I'm on this can right now. Caninus, or caninus, paralis, emerald tree boa. We know what kind of boa they mean, boa constrictor, which is a snake. Cantharigerus, alsophis, cantil, Agkistrodon, Bilineatus, Cantori, Trimerosaurus, Canum, like Canum, Gallopin, Western hooknose, Canis, Chobidophis, right? All these names of serpents based off that word con, right? Vatican or Vatican, right? The word Vatican is a compound word. Will you not find a dictionary that tells you that? Have you ever given any thought to the term social engineering? Cancun. ECAB is now called Cancun. And Quintana Roo was the name of Andres Quintana Roo, a Yucatecan. They got Teca, like the Tecas, Totecas. Tecas is where you get Texas, all right? Yucatecan, meaning Yucatan, how we put it in English. Journalists and statesmen during the days of the Yucatecan independent movement. Cancun means Nido de Víboras in Maya, or nest of vipers. Nest of vipers, right? That shows you once again that we do have the word coon in the native tongues. In all of the native tongues, you have the word coon, like kunta, kente. All of these words. We know the Washita called themselves coons. So, obviously, we would also be in the cons, or the Cancuns. We would have been those Nagas. Just like I'm showing you, we are the Canaanites. The An, A-A-N, means Anu. Just like we have Anu, Naki. Naki means serpent. Right? So all of that is in relation, if we're paying attention. If we got any master students in the building. But of course we do. I see y'all out there. The word Maya as the name of the indigenous inhabitants of the area is not accepted by all experts. In Tulum, the people call themselves Itza, among other names. But when the Spaniards began to speak to them in Spanish, they answered Ma Utan, which may be translated, don't understand your language. This was later evidently misinterpreted as Mayatan, or language of the Maya. Yucatan is probably, let me go to the next one. It's going to drop because people wouldn't have read it on their own. It's crazy. Ain't no reading going on. But hey, the usual interpretation of this is that it refers to both a god and historical figure known as Quetzalcoatl in Nahuatl, the language of the northern tribes of Mexico. Coco, who I showed y'all, had the Pokeballs in his crown, in his headdress. I'm gonna show you again, just to rub it in, because nobody's never bust these gates open, you know. But Coco is associated with the planet Venus. Why why people ain't telling us that, but they say this their culture. Why they don't have a deeper level? Why don't have no esoteric wisdom with the Coco knowledge? You know? Coco is associated with the planet Venus. Khan meaning may also be a generic term for king or a great leader. It is interesting to note that Mayas are clearly linked genetically to the Mongols of northern Asia in appearance, blood type, and in the characteristic Mongol blue spot, what we call the Mongolian spot, which newborn infants bear at the base of the spine. The Mongols are also called their national leader, Khan, right? Or the Mongols also called their national leader Khan, right? Although contemporary Mayas agree that Kun means nest, this translation does not appear in the standard. Hold on, move it over. In the standard Codomex dictionary of the Mayan language. Modern Maya contains many. See, that's what we got to pull up. See, just like we got the Oxfords when we're dealing with this etymology in English and breaking it down. Well, we're going to talk about the Mayan language. Then we're going to have to go to books like the Standard Cordomex Dictionary. Let's all put that on our shopping list, you know, on our book list. Standard Cordomex Dictionary for educational purposes. You know, modern Maya contains many Spanish words. The Spanish word for den or animal's nest is cuna. It also means cradle. Kun can be a suffix that changes a noun into an active verb. Somewhat the way ing turns the noun snake into the verb snaking. In this sense, it seems to mean acting or beginning from. Thus, Cancun could mean where Khan acts or where Khan begins. It could also mean the refuge of Khan. Since Quetzalcoatl did flee Mexico and find refuge in Yucatan, the problems of translation are complicated by the evidence of two different forms of the sound K. One is pronounced like the European or American K, but with a crisp click. The other is written K in the case of glottal stop, similar to the common pronunciation of bottle as bowl, ball, bottle, bottle, bottle. Man, pass me, hey, let me hit that ball. I don't know, I guess they was trying to say. Real country form of doing it, right? But con and cayenne are two different forms, right? As are coon and cayenne with several meanings. The earliest recorded spellings of Cancun was Cancun. Ku means God or great. It could also mean enchantment. So since I was just talking about Coco, one more time I'm gonna rub it in. Just to rub it in. Cause I know it ain't never been done. I mean, people drop the knowledge, I pick it up. But ain't nobody never dropped this. And I got a lot of stuff I did a whole little series on what was the name of it? I guess something like that. I can't believe I don't remember. But yeah, I did see Super Mario, that was the first one. And of course a lot of people have done Super Mario. But then, and that was just borrowed information, I don't have to lie about that. Right? That was borrowed information. We went from a source about the Super Mario breakdown. So people wouldn't think we making this all out our rears. And then we did Zelda, and I had to come from many sources to kind of put my conclusion, or multiple sources anyway. And then did Sonic the Hedgehog. Nobody ain't never did what I did on that. And I'm probably gonna do that. I might as well just do that presentation again on here one day. But I guess it's a clean glass of water, and people don't really want that. People want they want they want a little muddy water. They like when you muddy the waters, and I'm not really understanding it. So I'm waiting for them to wake up, because we got a lot more to go, right? But like I say, when you see the headdress, when you see that headdress, you can't tell me that now you don't see. Now you see what you didn't see. You know what I mean? That all this time, when they give us shows like Pokemon and stuff, they were giving glimpses into our culture, because it's right there. Yes, sir. Yep, 1621, the word Indian was substituted for Moorish. Yeah, that's exactly what it says in the Library of Congress concerning Montezuma's headdress and other things. It started to be substituted in literature, right? That's for sure. I didn't even see the haters in here. Heck nah. It's always one or two. I ain't even gonna block you, man. You ain't talking about nothing. But it's definitely. Hold on one second, y'all. Yep. So, like I said, I had to go. Let me see if I can go to the source, because I don't quite remember.